Hello, beautiful people. How we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Gigi here. Thank you so much for joining me for the collective energy reading for June 27th, 2022. It is 9:36 p.m. here in Pacific Standard Time of California, and I really hope this reading finds you well. I just got out of meditation and I'm feeling really, really good. I want to see what the energy is for the collective tonight, and let's just get into it, okay? Everything that you guys need to know. I did post a message about my personal readings. I didn't get any responses, so if you guys are interested in personal readings, leave them in the comments. Send me an email. The link to my email will be down in the description box. I just want to know what you guys think. So let's just jump into it and see what the message is for tonight, okay? Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides that have ascended to the highest white light to protect and guide me for this collective energy reading. Please allow me to channel clear, honest, and precise messages for the collective and protect us all from any evil and darkness that may be lingering and cast it all back to hell where it belongs. Please and thank you. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so very much for being here tonight. All right, I haven't really pulled anything. They'll call to me as necessary. So let's just get the zodiac energy. Let's just get the zodiac energy. What is the zodiac energy for tonight's energy reading? What is the zodiac energy, please, and thank you, Spirit. What is the zodiac energy for tonight? Thank you. For tonight's collective energy reading, please, Spirit, thank you. On the bottom, we have fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Mars for Aries. All right. Actually, before I do that, let me just quickly. I know I should be more organized, but you know, it is what it is. Let's just get a quick incense. Spirit had me pull the tarot. Is that angels and ancestors? That's angels and ancestors. Wisdom of the Oracle. You want to pull from this one first? Okay. All right. So, angels and ancestors would like to say something. Okay. Let's see. What is the opening message tonight, Spirit? What is the opening message tonight, please? And thank you, Spirit. I'm being shown the word destined, union. Are you showing, what is that? Being shown the word tragedy. Major decisions. Major decisions caused a tragedy, but a soul was saved. Is that right, Spirit? Okay. All right, Spirit. What is the zodiac energy, please? Thank you. Be open to healing information, transform and unveil your gift, exchange energy to create an abundance. Okay. This is about a twin flame union, hands down. Okay. This is a twin flame channel, has been for almost a year. So just wanted to put that out there. Somebody is being shown possibly how the union this was it meant to happen in this particular life cycle, not this way, but because of major decisions that were made by one party. I'm being shown the feminine side. A major tragedy happened on the masculine side. That put him in a situation to be saved and shown the true colors of a sea witch. Lies, manipulation, cheating, somebody being spoiled, self-centered. And it all started with one decision by the feminine. Are we going to get to the decision or the choice? Somebody wanted to be free and ran from certain, was it obligations? No, situations. It kick-started, is that right, Spirit? Yes, it kick-started a major transformation in the feminine. This feminine was meant for this masculine, of course, by twin flame union. But the feminine's gifts were meant to heal the masculine from a lot of different things. Mother issues, self-esteem, anger, stress, poor eating, an abundance of things. Teach them how to love unconditionally, show them how to be romantic, how to understand romantic feelings, how to not be lazy. It's a good balance. Somebody's seeing it in their dreams. Is the masculine seeing it in his dreams? Possibly starting to. Feminine, whoever you are, whatever you did differently this time, I'm being told in this life cycle, was how you got to where you are today. You made one decision different to be free, to run away from whatever situation you were in. You ran free, and it saved both of your lives. Mm-hmm. It saved both of your lives, possibly on more than one account, sort of, but one major one. On the masculine side, both sides, it can go either way, I guess. Switch it, flip it, reverse it, do what you got to do to place yourself in the reading where you belong. And time is fluid. Take it how it is. Don't force anything. Y'all know the disclaimers. But that one decision you made in this life cycle, that choice, whatever that major life change was that you did, was what triggered everything that's happened over the course of however long it's been. And it's leading up to where you're going to be able to trade energy with people and create a major abundance because of what y'all have been through. Now, this could be happening in the future for somebody. This could be something of the past, or this could be something of the present. Take it how it is, guys, okay? Any more from here? Should I leave these out? Okay. Do you want the tarot next? What would you like next, Spirit? Do you want Soul's Journey? Divine Circus? Sacred Rebel? Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see. Spirit's given me locations in my card catalog, and I'm trying to pinpoint it. So we're going for Soul's or Sacred Rebel. You're his heart and soul. Big time. No matter what the world sees of you, in his eyes, you're perfection. It's what's inside that counts. You could grow old, you could be bald, you could be fat, you could be skin and bones. It doesn't matter. To him, you are perfection. You're his angel. You're his angel. Normally, it would be a princess, but that's just, to him, you were a princess when he met you, and now you've graduated to angel. You're kind and loving, nurturing. You may have a little fire in you. You may have a little stubbornness in you, but to him, you're his everything. He wants to spend the rest of his life with you, have a family, co-create beautiful things. But stress is a big factor in life right now, and you're his anchor. Because of you, he's determined to succeed this time. He loves the way you love him. The romantic feelings, he doesn't know how to express it because he may be emotionally shut off because of emotional damage from past relationships, but you bring it out of him. Free from judgment, free to love. The shock of the new. When he met you, he knew there was something different about you. It wasn't going to be a hit it and quit it. Not at all. He knew that if he was to be intimate with you in any sense of the word, that would be bound together forever. He'd be there through the thick and the thin. You guys may be very different in a lot of ways, but opposites do attract, you know. But there's something very grounding about this connection. You may have the passion, and he may have the firm foundation, and you know, have his feet planted firmly on the ground, or vice versa. But there's nothing. He doesn't care about what anybody has to say. He just wants to love you. Being with you is like a breath of fresh air, a tall glass of water on a hot day. He loves to go on adventures with you, go for rides in the car or whatever, lay out under the stars, snuggle up, kissing and a hugging and a passion. It's new because of trust. It's because of trust. Conscious connection. Yeah. He knows. You know. There is definitely conscious connections there. What you want wants you, and that's definitely the situation. I feel like you both want to intertwine in each other emotionally, spiritually. There's a connection there that you just don't understand why. If you want to leave, you just can't. You just can't. Even if you know you get angry and you're like, I want to just run away, you just can't. There's just something that pulls you back to that connection, and it all comes down to some, you know, one or both or whatever, you know, is there no matter what. Somebody passes away, they're there to hold you and comfort you and just be there to support you. When you have exciting moments, they're there to tell all your fun things to. And it's just, There's something very unique and very special about this relationship. No matter what, you can have your ups, you can have your downs, you can have your fights, you can have your happies, you can have it all. It doesn't matter. There's just this connection is it's like steel. There's nothing getting through it, you know? Releasing alliances. I feel like there's people that have been released or are being somebody's working on releasing some issues. It could be both of you, you know, connections from the past that just no longer serve any purpose in your life, that are no longer for your highest good, and they're being released. Emotional damage and what the root of those problems are being released, and things are being healed. Problems are being figured out, and problems are being solved. And guys are growing closer and closer together. There's definitely a lot of growth. There's definitely a lot of beautiful things. Listening for truth. Hearing, you guys may be telling stories about, things that have happened in the past. The truth behind what a lot of the problems are. You know, wanting to make sure that honesty and trust are really there. I feel like this might be for both of you, the first relationship y'all have ever had where you can trust each other. And it's helping you bring the whole relationship into form. It's the solid foundation that has been based. That's the second time I've seen it. Be the hunter, not the hunted. I see this bird. Be the hunter, not the hunted. I feel like you may be the wise one out of the two, and it shows you that you have to do some digging instead of, relying on others to do it for you. I feel like this is more about codependencies than anything. Like, maybe at one point you both were relying on each other for certain things. No, not in this relationship. No, in past relationships. You were dependent on others. But this time, you were both able to stand on your own 2 feet and bring something to the table. In a sense, yes. So instead of being the reliant one, now you have joined together and become equals. You learned a lot from past relationships. You learned a lot. You may have been... It could also go this way. You could also have been heavily sought out by a lot of people, but they didn't want the same things that you wanted. They just wanted games and nonsense, and you had to hunt for the person that really was meant to, be on the same page as you, that wanted similar things, that had similar plans or goals or whatever it was. You may have had to hunt this person down. You guys may have met on social media. I mean, that's how most people meet these days, but still, it wasn't somebody. It feels like this union wasn't just something that fell in your lap. This was something that you went looking for. You may have had to weed through a lot of people to find this person, but when you did, you just knew it the first time you guys met and the first time you touched. It's something to behold, this relationship. I can tell. You guys look good together. You guys flow together fairly well. When things are good, things are really good. You could also have some falling outs. I mean, nothing's perfect, but it's how you handle yourself. It's how you communicate. It's how you use your words. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Anything more from here? Another deck? Is it the tarot time? Okay. People are gonna, if this hasn't happened yet, it will. Things like this take time. Justice. Justice is being served for all the hard work and the changes that have been made, collective, on your part. I feel like it's on your part. You were finally able to balance out the scales of karmic cycles. And Spirit's bringing you in union with your person so you guys could heal. Life lessons needed to be learned. What else, Spirit? Please and thank you. King of Coins. See how that just fell out? Right there. That's perfect. I couldn't do that even if I tried. We have 3 other cards. I love that card. I want to see something about the King of Coins. Okay. The King of Coins is extremely practical and values end results, bottom lines, and quality. Although he has an appreciation for the finer things in life, he doesn't expect them to be handed to him. He can be generous, but always considers which donations or gifts would have the most impact. His experience and skills are generally turned towards serving the greater good or larger organizations. It's the practical side. I feel like, collective, you're the one with the passion and the drive and all of that, and he's the practical one. It's a perfect balance. It's what's going to make you guys happy. It's what's going to give you your complete wish fulfillment. There was a lot of manipulation. There was a lot of illusions and a lot of things. You're blessed with a lot of choices, which can sometimes feel like a curse because you can't have them all. Some of the options are realistic, achievable ones. Others are imaginary possibilities, fantasies that are less likely to manifest. Still, others may fear that can lead down to an unhappy, unfulfilling path. All of the alternative tugs at your heart in some way, making the decisions even more difficult. Now, if I go back to this right here, this releasing alliances, I feel like these are the multitude of options that somebody had. People that no longer serve your highest good, collective. I feel like this right here. I feel like this energy goes together. There may be some that you can, trade energy with to create abundance, but there are a lot of very manipulative, very false, very deceptive people that were in your life that didn't want good to happen to you. They wanted to see you crash and burn, literally crash and burn, and just turn to the dark side, and just anything bad that could happen to you, they were wishing it on you one way or another. Whether they, said it out loud or not, they did. And the thing is it was pulling you away and down and out away from this person. There was a lot of energy manipulation. There was a lot of illusions. There were a lot of, in some situations, rose-colored glasses, fantasizing about things that, were never meant to be. Getting involved with the wrong ones. You almost, it could very well, things happen. Especially if you're in a long-term relationship with somebody, things happen. The thing is I really feel like there was some serious energy pulls in the wrong direction. I have a card in Divine Guidance that says the devil is looking for cracks in your armor. That's definitely this, by bringing people in possibly from your past that, you may have had feelings for, people that, just anything he could do, meaning the devil, could do to try to keep you away from your union, because this union is going to bring you abundance in so many ways. and releasing these alliances with these people that were never meant to be there in your life. That's literally pulling you further and further towards the light and further away from the darkness, and the devil ain't happy about it. This could very well be bringing a lot of people into realizing that this is the Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it says here, I like to read the book when, I'm learning something new. Deep depression, melodramatic discontent, lack of gratitude. See, these people may very well end up seeing you with all of this, okay, in your happy Ten of Cups, energy at some point. And it's going to make them regret what they did to you. It's going to cause them to be it could send them into great depressions because they didn't appreciate you when they had the chance with you. To be real, I really feel like that's going to be something, like when you make it known, when it happens, when you make it known, whether you post it on social media or whatever, tell them if they come back, whatever the case may be, it's going to cause some serious depression. There's going to be a lot of regret. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens. They don't want to see you celebrate, that's for damn sure. They'd rather see you hanging upside down, swinging in the breeze, than see you celebrate. They want to see you miserable like them. Yeah, this is there. See, the thing is, it's the Wheel of Fortune here. I'll get to this energy in just a second. It's this that's really speaking to me, is that this is a karmic cycle. Like I said, the work that's been done, that one major decision you did was the start of breaking serious cycles, vicious cycles, karmic cycles, bad habits, all sorts of things. And it's now bringing you to the top of that Wheel of Fortune. To have your Ten of Cups. To have justice be served and things go back to being in balance. Finally, after possibly lifetimes of trying to get it right. The Hangman in reverse came out first, so let's take a look at this one. Oh, thank you, Spirit. The ones that don't want to see you celebrating, they don't want to see you happy, they don't want to see you in your Ten of Cups. The regret is going to be feeling like they walked away from you or did what they did to you. And they're going to it's going to be a serious regret. They're going to realize they shouldn't have done that, not the way they did. It may even bring them back to trying to come in and do all sorts of things to try to get in your good graces, because they're going to see you for who you really are, and they're going to want to be in your energy space, and it's going to be up to you to use your discernment to figure out what exactly it is you should be doing. Of course, forgive and move on, love unconditionally, but set boundaries either way. You know what I'm saying? Of course, show unconditional love. Of course, give forgiveness, but set your boundaries either way. You understand? And use your discernment. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? We got two knights in reverse here, man. I don't know. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Lacking a plan or strategy, being too rigid and not seeing new developments, intolerance. The Spirit is showing me the intolerance. It's an emotional intolerance. One of the options could have very well been lacking in emotional depth in such a severe way because of emotional damage that they couldn't tolerate your emotional connection with them. They couldn't see how much you really cared about them. It's like the one that you may have been fantasizing and romanticizing and all of those things. that pushed you away because there was way too many emotions that they couldn't comprehend. They didn't want to feel it. That's one of them. The other one, indulging in romanticism, oblivious, head in the clouds. It feels like this person could have very well been keeping you a secret and they just wanted you for, you know, oh, my princess this, or oh, my prince that, you know. Let's go on vacation, and making all these promises and never being able to fulfill them. Could have been multiple people in both of these energies, you know what I'm saying? Instead of coming together and celebrating with you, they pushed you away, and now they're going to end up seeing you celebrate with somebody else, and it's going to tear them apart. But that's their own choice on what they chose to do with you. I really feel like there's a lot more to this than just these two cards, but this is the main energy Spirit's given me, and it really feels like one wasn't available emotionally, they couldn't tolerate the emotions, and the other one just wanted to sit here and fantasize, live in fantasy la la land, and it threw everything out of whack. Could have caused some serious issues. But because of your hard work, collective, and because of your change and your transformation, the Wheel of Fortune is now on your side. And it's giving you a practical person who wants the same thing in life. Happiness, love, and abundance. Happy family, party of four here, beautiful house, beautiful place to sit and watch the sunrise or sunset, whatever that is. But there's happiness. You see how he's got his arm lovingly around her? It's time to get away from the illusions and the manipulation. It's time to get away from the people that don't want to tolerate emotions, that can't handle it. You got time to get away from the people that don't want anything serious and they just want to live in fantasy la la land. It's time to get away from that. It's time to unveil who you really are. To transform and unveil who you really are. What you want wants you. If you want a happy life, a happy marriage, a happy all of that, it wants you too. But it may, even if you haven't met this person yet, you may know them, but it's not you may not see them that way, not yet. But Spirit's going to show you if he hasn't already. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. I'm just going through the deck. What needs to come out in sequence, it will. Okay. Now, sorry, I just had to process that one. So the Six of Coins, you see how she's crying, and above her is those coins. You may have had, and the way it fell out on top of this one is that somebody may have been giving you money. I really feel like there was money involved in this one. Let me realize this. Experiencing financial trouble or physical trials is so hard. No one likes to be hungry or sick, especially in culture that ties self-worth to income, good health to proper behavior. It's easy to feel like you brought things on yourself, which makes it even harder to ask for help. It's also a time when the people lose faith in what normally sustains them. This is such a hard time for you, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person or a failure. Don't be hard on yourself. Ask for help and accept it with grace. It's okay to need a helping hand. So I'm being shown an energy with their hand out. It's a masculine energy with his hand out. Is that right, Spirit? I'm being said absolutely. And I'm being told what goes around comes around. He may have been fantasy la la land trying to spoil you, or she. Flip it, switch it, reverse. You know what to do. spoiling you, doing nice things for you, trying to feed into the luxuries that you may have, or the wants for beautiful things that you had. And he may have been spending out of his means or doing whatever. Whatever. It could have been a drop in the bucket or it could have been a big deal, whatever the case may be. It feels like he may want to come back with his hand out, seeing you be in a fortunate situation with this Wheel of Fortune. You may end up with a large sum of money somehow, some way. You may end up making it big somehow, some way. Whatever the case may be, you may just get a really good job paying really good money, and it'll start showing. Maybe if you're on Facebook or whatever and you're posting pictures of your new house or your new car or taking trips or whatever it is, this person may catch a furry idea and saying, maybe we can go back to fantasy la la land and maybe collective could be my sugar whatever. I'm also being told it could be the opposite direction where he may be doing a lot of energy work trying to get you to come back with your hand out. Trying to get you anything he can do, spell work, conjuring, whatever. Energy manipulation, it could be anything that he could very well be doing on his end to try to get you to come back so he can rescue you, so he can save you, so he can be the savior or the knight in shining armor. I just don't feel like that's going to be the case at all. Poor financial management, mistakes, and spending, chaos, and stress. What was I just saying? With this, whichever one, I'm just pointing to this, whatever, whoever it is, I really feel like they've spent above their means, doing too much for gold diggers, shady ass characters, whatever the case may be. And I really feel like as I see him with his hand out, coming toward you, collective, looking for help, possibly financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. And because there's some stress levels that are happening because of the karmic shift. All those that did you dirty, they're gonna have to deal with the karmic cycle because justice is being served. Things are coming into balance for the one that did the work, the one that recognizes things and pays attention and is loyal and humble and obedient. Justice is being served. The truth is coming out. Things are being put into balance. Everything's coming full circle. So whoever, may have been Mr. or Mrs. Moneybags doing all of that is now going to end up where they may end up having to come to you. I mean, this card says you're not a screw up, and it's not a bad thing to ask for help, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You understand? So if you're waiting until somebody hits it big before you go reach out to ask for help, you may want to be very careful with how you handle that, especially if they're sitting here in their 10 of Cups situation with a very practical person that may very well know about whoever you may be, because this may be the same person, okay? Or it may be multiple people, however it is for you, collective. And if this practical person senses any of this and they're coming for this, he may very well take that sword out of justice's hands and just put an end to that shit real quick, okay? So just keep that in mind. Sorry, I'm just... Okay, I'm going to read this because this is what I'm coming here. The Knight of Wands is driven by a passionate quest he's very excited about and focused on achieving this one thing. Everything else fades into insignificance, sometimes out of necessity. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. On the other hand, it's very likely that the goal will be achieved. But there is a danger that other things, perhaps equally important, may be neglected. This charming knight will have plenty of supporters, but his tunnel vision may cause him to not give them the proper acknowledgement. Someone was definitely emotionally taxing on someone else. Using their, I feel like it was, they were emotionally taxing on you, collective. Very much so. And I feel that during the time that you may have been with this energy, before the King of Coins, before this practical person, your twin, before, during, after, whatever the case may be. I don't think there is no after. This is a union that will be signed, sealed, delivered, eternity. You know what I'm saying? This person was very driven, but singularly driven. If say for instance, Knight of Wands here was on a mission to get to this particular piece of stone, and there was a bunch of obstacles in his way, and you're over here, collective, the goal is in front of him, and the rest of the world is over here. He has his blinders on, kind of like if you see this horse's face gear, yeah, it kind of reminds me of almost like blinders, keeping the horse's eyes focused forward. There's nothing on the side, but the way his eyes are focused, it just reminds me of that. But anyway, he's got blinders on, and you may have been there as a therapist emotionally for him, to get him through difficult times, or her, however it is for you. And the thing is Fantasy La La Land was how he was able to repay you, even though there was no emotional repayment, if that makes any sense, because he wasn't emotionally able to handle it. He could not handle the emotional pull on his soul because of the amount of emotional damage he had. Okay? So like I said, it could be one person, two people, multiple people, however it is for you. But I really feel like these blinders, he did not give you credit for helping him. The way he did it was buying you things or taking you out to eat or whatever it was that he did. That was the way he repaid you, because, in his eyes, you can buy love. And I really feel like because of the changes you made, collective, you were like, no more. I want somebody practical, somebody that's financially savvy, that's somebody that's not going to go and blow our entire paycheck or the entire paycheck on buying shoes and handbags and headphones and whatever else, and $200, $300, $400 dinners just to prove their worth. This person can literally write a handwritten note and go pick a wildflower and it have it mean more than anything this Knight of Wands could have done for whoever you are, collective. You know what I'm saying? And these are energies that are being released so that you can have your Ten of Cups. Justice is being served. The truth will come out. People are being released. Energies are being released, thanked, and moving. People are moving on, thanking the energy and moving on, saying thank you for all that you've taught me, but it's time to go. Anything more from here? Is it divine guidance time? Is that a yes? Okay. All right. Sorry. People, I was watching something. I don't really get into the social media, too awful much anymore. I've got so much going on, I can't. But I was watching this thing about narcissists that the only way to shut them down is to block them. Not to just, like, for example, if there's a separation, instead of just ignoring their calls and letting them go to voicemail, completely block them off. Completely block them off. It'll basically drop them on their knees. Like, they don't know how to process being completely 44 on the timer, completely shut off from people, because they feed on good, positive people. Like that's their source of power is people with kind hearts, pure souls. They feel like they can take somebody's purity from them, and it just, there's something about that makes me feel like there may very this whole buying love kind of deal is definitely giving me a little bit of a narcissistic behavior, a little bit of an ego and pride too. The thing is whoever this energy is towards you, collective, they're gonna have some major regrets. Major, whoever they are, they, him, they, them, whatever, her, whoever it is, they're gonna have some serious regrets seeing you happy with your complete wish fulfillment, your complete happiness. Everything you've ever wanted will be handed to you as long as you stay obedient, diligent, and what is this? What is the word? Obedient, diligent, and disciplined. Making sure you're giving love and affection to all those around you. That could very well be why they're going to regret it, because they won't be able to celebrate with you. They're going to be watching you celebrate because they were too big with a big ass ego. What was I saying? I know what I feel. What else, Spirit? They're going to miss out on that big time. Anything else, Spirit? You're a high priestess. I don't read them in reverse. High priestess, open your mind to the impossible. If you think, nah, I could never be a millionaire, do not feed the universe that kind of energy, because if you do, you will not make it. Okay? Look, open your mind to the impossible. This is definitely in the future for you. You're gonna change tax brackets big time. And whoever Mr. or Mrs. Big Ego, Shallow, yeah, that one with the narcissistic energy, that may very well start to see all this happen for you, and they're going to be coming out like, ooh, look, money, can we play fantasy La La Land and you give me money? Mm-hmm. Well, if they would have stopped hiding their feelings for you and actually been healthy and or trying to have a healthy relationship with you, you would have been, you may have been more than happy to, co-create with them. But because you're dedicated and driven and they were trying to betray you, they couldn't do it. Spirit saw all the things, saw how hard you were working. You saw how, you were working and being obedient on your spiritual journey. They couldn't let you be affected by this person's lies anymore. They were trying to betray you. They were trying to manipulate you. They were trying to get you. It was like I was saying earlier about the devil trying to find cracks in your armor. Yeah. Yep. So, High Priestess, keep your mind open to the impossible. Don't fear anything coming towards you. Take it as a challenge from Spirit, okay? Take it as a challenge from Spirit and go with it. Don't be afraid to fail. Yeah, I definitely feel like this was what you've said with that separation, and that's what led you to your King of Coins here. You're a practical person because you wanted a marriage, something that was sacred, not something that was purchased. You know what I mean? You may have realized what was going on here and had a light bulb moment, and now you're working on making yourself proud, being with somebody that, like I was saying, that will be there with you through it all. Okay? And the thing is like I said, this karmic cycle is the tables are turning. Justice is being served. God's about to cut some people down into size. Seriously. What was the word? Oh, yes. So where was it? Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear of failure hold you back. My music teacher says this quite often. It took how many fails to create the light bulb before he did it? Hundreds, probably. I think it was 100, maybe more. I think I think the Edison Museum has all of the original light bulbs he made, and I think there might have been 100 or more. I don't know. I'd have to double check. Don't mark me on that. But there was however many times it took. Keep trying. Keep pushing yourself. This was the first card that popped up. Okay? It's going to when you finally succeed, it's going to be a light bulb moment to a lot of people that did you wrong. You're going to have to be very cautious of people with their hands out coming towards you saying, hey, like, can we reconcile? Be mindful. Use your discernment, okay? Any other messages, Spirit? Just worry about you and your happy family. Let that abundance come and put you in that 10 of Cups. You see that beautiful card there? Yeah, let this be where you put that abundance, okay? They chose the wrong one. They chose themselves. They possibly chose sea witches instead of having their complete wish fulfillment. I know you're going to do this, collective, but I feel obligated to say this. Shows gratitude to the Holy Spirit, the angels, and your spirit team for all the things in your life, all the guidance, all the protection, everything, and mean it with every fiber of your heart, because they're about to lead you out of whatever it is you're in now. It could be nothing. It could be kind of something to something much greater. You just need to have some patience. And the thing is while you're resting comfortably in your bed, being obedient and on your spiritual journey, being dedicated and driven, there's going to be people that are going to have major light bulb moments, have a lot of freaking stress on their hands, a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict, a lot of things, because God's going to cut them down. Those towers are going to fall, and they're going to be sitting there not sleeping, not eating, not thinking straight, because they realized who you are. They realize who you are. And it's going to be because you very well stepped out of your comfort zone. You did that one thing that I've been talking about since the beginning of this reading, that one major decision you made, however long ago it was, to make a huge change that you never did in any other life cycle, or at any other point in this lifetime. You stepped out of your comfort zone and you changed the course of your entire soul's journey. Your soul couldn't take it anymore, and it gave you everything you needed to be dedicated and driven to doing things differently this time. And you should be very proud of yourself for that. And that is why justice is being served. That's why the karmic cycle is shifting. That's why the tables are turning. That's why you are going to become someone that will be remembered for a very, very long time. Okay? And you will have your happy ever after. And the rest of them are going to have to deal with spirit. They're going to have to face their karmic cycles while you celebrate with people that love you, that are also dedicated and driven, that are also on a spiritual journey, that are also like-minded, that aren't going to sit there and judge you, that aren't going to be narcissistic and shallow with a big-ass ego. Okay? So that's what I have for you tonight. I feel like this is a very powerful message, collective. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides for helping me through this reading for our collective. I close this reading. This was a very, very powerful message, collective, and I feel like it's extraordinarily important for you to sit down and just reflect. Take a moment to reflect and just know Spirit's got you. If you do the work and you're obedient and you're grateful and you're kind and you're humble, Spirit got you. But if you're narcissistic and shallow with a big ass ego, that's the devil trying to find cracks in your armor, and he succeeded at that point, and he's just going to lure you down into the darkness, and then you're going to just have to face Spirit. And that Archangel Metatron, he is a beautiful angel. He is my guide. But I scared AF of facing him and having the possibility of coming back here or going even further down. Hell no. I'd much rather be obedient to Spirit and be locked and loaded, in the light than ever towing the line of my divinity ever again. There is nothing in this world. There's no dollar amount. There is no human being that exists that will bring me to the darkness. Nobody. Nobody breathing on this earth that will bring me to the darkness ever again. Okay? Nobody. No energy, no nothing. My relationship with spirit is solid, and I really pray and hope that you guys walking on your spiritual journey are that connected with spirit also. It's extraordinarily important because energy, we are nothing but energy. And energy has to go somewhere after here. Our soul's got to go somewhere after here. And I would much rather be in the highest white light with my ancestors that have ascended than ever have to come back here to this place. I really never want to come back here again. I want to watch over my family and those that come after me from a beautiful place, guiding them like my ancestors are guiding me at the beautiful table that they sit at sometimes, or the ones that are doing the heavy lifting and all the extra work to keep me safe. I want to be there with them doing what they're doing for my family that stays here, that are still here. You know what I'm saying? So look, if you're stuck up in this energy of shallow-minded, egotistical nonsense, it's due time that you surrender all of that to spirit and possibly go reconcile with somebody and ask for forgiveness and healing so that way you can be, part of their life. Be a part of their world, be a part of their energetic space, and it's not because you want to hand out, it's because you actually want to be there. But if you just want to hand out, stay your shallow ass away from my people. Spirit's going to keep you away from them until you've been proven or deemed worthy. There will always be forgiveness from the collective to whoever these narcissists are. However, there are going to be serious boundaries, especially if collective uses their discernment, which I believe they will. I believe this collective is extraordinarily intelligent. So I'm going to take this as don't be in no devil energy. Go do what you need to do to surrender and heal. And work on being a better version of yourself every single day. That goes for all of us. Be a better version of yourself every single day and work towards, being the best version of you can. And right now, that's all we can ask for because we are still human. So just know Gigi loves you. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do. I hope you have a blessed night. Till next time.